Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, the 30th of October, and today I'll be heading on a 4-day trip after work. It's a 4-day trip to the other side of the country to go see my parents, my family, my small little nephews, and I'm super excited. The bag that I'm bringing is this Tomtoc 40-liter bag, and I know that just from looking at it, it doesn't look like a 40-liter bag. But oh man, I am so surprised every time I pack this about how much I can actually fit into the bag. It's a $100 bag, which turns into a duffel when you need it to be a duffel, and then turns into this super slim bag when you don't need that much space. So now I'm actually gonna pack the bag for the 4-day trip so that you can kind of get an idea of how much you're actually able to fit into this bag. And yes, I know that there are a bunch of other bags out there that might be even more optimized, but for $100, I think this is a pretty good deal. All right, let's get to it. All right, so here's the bag. And the first thing I want to show you is all the different compartments and pockets that this bag has. The first one is here at the front, where you've got quite a big compartment here where you can, fit all sorts of stuff: phone, tiny camera. Then you've got 2 pockets here for a water bottle, potentially an umbrella here. But then you also got a top pocket here where you can store your wallet, passport, or whatever else you want to store. And then if we open it up here, then you've got 2 pockets here for a tablet, computer, or a book, and then a pocket here for some cables. And in this case, as you can see, I've put in an air tag. All right, and then this thing opens up to the main compartment, but I'm gonna open up the main compartment from the front. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unclip these 2. There we go. And then let's turn this into a duffel. And as you can see, there's this little flap here, which we're gonna put up here to give it some structure. Now you can see there is so much space in here. All right, so the first thing is some t-shirts and a pair of pants. We're gonna put that here. And by the way, these packing cubes are from Amazon, and I'm gonna put a link in the bio in terms of where I got them. Then this is a merino wool sweatshirt. This year has been my merino wool year. Been so happy about clothing that's made out of merino wool, just because it just keeps itself fresh for so long. All right, we got some toiletries here, some beauty products, and we're gonna put that there. Then here we have a charging cable. Here's another charger. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just fold this one and then put it here to the side, just so that I can take my Retroid Pocket 5, which is my go-to mobile handheld gaming console. I can put that up here at the top so it's easy to access from the back. Then here we got some socks and some underwear. Bag for some dirty clothing. And then here we've got a pair of shoes that I got from my girlfriend when I was living in New York. Perfect, and that's basically it. And as you can see, we got so much more space. So if we wanted to, we could fit so much more. However, I don't need that much else for a 4-day trip. I'm gonna close that up, and then here we've got the vitamins and the creatine and the magnesium that I prepped yesterday. We're gonna put that here. And then we'll close this up. Perfect. Oh, now here I'm gonna start by putting in my 11-inch iPad Pro. And then we'll do my work computer here. Bam. And let's close this down again. I should find a better spot to do these type of recordings next time. This lamp gets in the way. Let's close this up. And then finally, I've got this rain cover from something called Trek Life. This didn't come with the bag. It's just something I bought separate. It actually came with another bag, another super cheap bag. But I mean, I guess you can get these anywhere, right? So we'll just put that over. Oops. Because it is raining outside today. And I want to make sure that my stuff doesn't get wet. And there you have it. Guys, honestly, take a look at that. Oh, wow. All right. All right. All right. So we've got the bag all packed up for the next 4 days. I'm gonna put it on. And yeah, this is what it looks like. And what I like about it is that it doesn't look like a big and bulky bag. It actually looks pretty stylish. And again, just $100 gets you something super functional and practical like this. Amazing. I'm gonna put on my shoes, my rain jacket, and then we'll head off to work. As you may have seen from my other videos, I always bike to work, but today I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm gonna bike to one of the metro stations that's close to me. I've got 3 different ones that are super close to me, and then I'm gonna take the metro to work. Yes, it is raining, but it's like a light drizzle, nothing too crazy. All right. And one of the things I always do whenever I park my bike at a spot where I don't usually park it is to just grab a quick photo of where I parked it. Then I'll always be able to find it again. And trust me, I have run into situations where I forgot where I parked the bike. I actually don't mind public transportation at all. I didn't mind it in New York and not minding it in Copenhagen either. So there are many different ways to get to my office via public transportation. You can do bus, then metro. You can do just bus. And in this example, I'm doing metro, bus, another metro. I usually listen to various different podcasts when commuting to work. However, I'm trying to not do that as much anymore. I want to be a bit more present in what's going on around me. And I want to avoid feeding stuff into my brain all the time. I need to be much better at just being present, not needing any stimuli, anything like that. Alright, so we got around 3 more minutes and then we should be at the office. But no, back to the thing about podcasting and listening to music while commuting. I tried doing the same thing at the gym actually, where instead of listening to music while working out, I didn't have anything in my ears, and again I was just present. And that was such a nice feeling as well. I did it in a train ride as well, a 3-hour train ride, where I didn't have anything in my ears. I think it's healthy to do that once in a while. The first thing I'm gonna get when I get to the office is a oat cortado. That's a perfect way to start my working day. And by the way, if you noticed why all these posters are up on the light poles, it's because we've got the election for the municipality here in Copenhagen and in Denmark at the moment. And my girlfriend have actually taken the photo which is on some of these posters. Not the ones hanging here in Copenhagen, but the ones hanging in another municipality. So yeah, every time it's election time, you'll see these posters. Oh wow, look at this bridge over here and over here. This guy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 posters in a row with his name on it. Yeah. It must be cool seeing a photo of you everywhere, honestly. It could be fun to one day become a politician just to be able to put your photos, a picture of you everywhere. Alrighty. made it to the office. All right, after a great day at the office, I'm now heading into the city center. My good colleague is driving me into town, and then from there on I'll be probably walking around or sitting at a coffee shop for an hour or an hour and a half before heading to the train station. So my train departs at 6 p.m. and currently it's 4:30. Ja, lige præcis. Hvad hedder det? Can't Hurt Me, den fik jeg jo af det svenske inbound team, da jeg forlod dem. Jeg var jo interim teamlead deroppe, Kasper, kan du huske det? Yes, og så skulle jeg jo til New York, så fik jeg lige den som gave, og så har de alle sammen underskrevet den. Jeg har den stadig derhjemme, jeg er så glad, hver gang jeg kigger på den, fordi så tænker jeg tilbage på, dengang jeg arbejdede med det team, ikke? Det er mega fedt. So we made it to the city center. Usually it takes 15 minutes, but due to an insane amount of traffic, it took more than half an hour. But there's still an hour till my train leaves, so I've got time to grab some food before I get on the train. And then it's a 2.5/3 hour train ride. And there's both a direct train and there's one where you gotta where you have a connection. And the one with the connection was 2.5 times cheaper than the direct one, so I of course took that one, and yeah, then I sacrificed around 40 minutes, but that's fine with me, to be honest with you. But yeah, now we are at the central station, so I'm gonna hit the bathroom and then get some food and then find a track. I'm not really sure about what I'm going to eat, but fortunately there's so many options here. So we're done with the first train and now we got one more to go. And this last one is just going to be around an hour and then I should be in my hometown again, and my dad is at the station to pick me up, so that's going to be super nice. Hey.
Alright, so what happened was that we got into train number 2, and then while we were sitting there was an announcement that the train had been cancelled. So now we have to wait an hour and 10-15 minutes for the next train. Thankfully, we're able to stay inside of that building where it's warm and nice, and there's even a 7-Eleven open where there's a possibility to get some to eat, some to drink, whatever you may need.
Alright guys, after 4.5 hours, I'm finally here. I'm currently in my childhood bedroom, which is almost intact and almost the same as when I was living here. Now I moved out of this room around a little more than 10 years ago. Yeah, a lot of my old stuff is still here, but there's also a bunch of new stuff here. The reason why I'm whispering is because it's 11:20 p.m. in the evening, and my parents are sleeping, and I don't want to wake them up. But cool. It took around 4.5 hours, instead of 3 hours. But the good thing is that we're here, and obviously we're grateful for that. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this update. I didn't record any last bits of the train ride because I was simply so tired. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. Good night.